Namibia. Hello, world. My name is Lize Ehlers, and we're, of course, right here at the 10th anniversary vodcast celebrating RMB Song Night and 99 FM. We're in conversation with the nurturers of the Namibian sound. Today in studio with me, we have the absolutely fierce and phenomenal Styled by Martina, the official stylist for RMB Song Night. Welcome, Martina.
Oh, hi, Lisa. Thank you for having me as a part of the team who is celebrating and is able to celebrate the decade of R&B Song Night in Namibia. And thank you for the opportunity to speak to you and to everybody else.
Listen, you look phenomenal, Martina, and I think, looking the part is really what you do. Before we get into the whole topic of why we brought you in, because obviously you're the official stylist of R&B Song Night, but as you know, R&B Song Night has grown a lot, and it's completely different from how it was, in the start. Do you just wanna talk about that?
Well, Lisa, you are right about that one. We've come a long way from Marienthal.
Exactly. I'm actually shocked that you're quoting that line.
Well, of course, I remember it. It was done, and you mentioned it, and you said it once. It was the most important moment in my life when you said it. It was me joining you as your stylist on 2019 Namas, I think that was when you mentioned it.
Yeah.
And it was the first time for me to be at Namas firstly, and most importantly it was me when I became your official stylist. So it was a huge amazing experience for me.
Yeah, I remember that moment when, standing up there with you as my stylist, because you were also my support system during the evening, and having sound engineer Carl there and rapper 88 also on stage. I remember feeling so proud to be a minority, but winning the first ever Artist of the Year award and feeling so confident in my skin because I looked the part. I looked like a star. I rode in on a horse, and you styled the living hell out of me. And I think, it's moments like these that cement you also as a stylist in the industry, having been part of such really structurally important epic moments in the Namibian industry.
Definitely, I will never ever forget that moment. It is like, wow, when I think back on it, it's like for me, it didn't happen actually. It's so unusual, unreal for me. It's like, wow.
Yeah. No, Martina, so let's dive back into the R&B Song Night experience, right? We were called so many things in the past, from glorified karaoke to just another platform, and people not quite understanding the absolute deep purpose of R&B Song Night. And having 99 FM there from the start, because they gave us our first venue ever. And to now becoming a part of society, especially the Namibian industry, being a foundational part of nurturing the Namibian sound, of building Namibian singers, Namibian songs. And for me, how do you think R&B plays out when you look at it from a stylist perspective? How do you think the growth has been affected by just adding style to the equation?
Well, as you know, I come from the artistic background. I grew up on a stage, not as a singer. Lisa knows why. She heard me singing. But I grew up on a stage of theater. I was part of a theater group from very small age, when I was 4. Actually, that was the first time I was on stage officially. And naturally, when I moved to Namibia from Europe, I found this wonderful space of art, which was back then a warehouse.
Yeah.
And I naturally became part of it.
Yeah.
Almost like a furniture at some point. And of course, I started attending the events which were offered by a warehouse. And one of the regular events was Song Night back then.
Yeah.
Sponsored by 99 FM already then, and I was attending every single show as much as I could, and I was looking at it and I was amazed when I saw the talent
Yeah.
being put on a stage, even though it was backtracks first, then Song Night grew actually
Yeah.
further on. And at some point, I just thought, wow, this is amazing. And then you came in, I think it was 2018, end of the year
Yes.
interview with Marta Mukaiva for the Namibian, and then you actually named me as the most stylish woman. I'm like, wow, Lize Ehlers, the big, great, wonderful Lize Ehlers sees me, and I'm like, this is amazing. So then I actually took the courage and I offered you
Yeah.
my services as stylist, and I thought to myself, maybe I can help to actually give the audience even much better experience
Yeah.
through putting the artists in the clothes. They fit them and they are relevant for the stage performances. And I think that's what actually happened, that
Yeah.
we actually pick up the level which was already in Song Night in
Yeah.
the performances on another step further higher and more professional, I think.
I agree. I think you completely elevated Song Night and now called RMB Song Night because it was these moments of just seeing a singer with a cell phone and a bit of keys in his pocket,
And wallet.
wallet in your pocket, and then just telling somebody this color doesn't bring out your skin. You're singing a happy song. Why are you wearing such dark colors? And I thought your understanding, some people are born with an understanding of what works and what doesn't. And obviously for me that's music, and for you that is style.
Yes, I think you are absolutely right. I think, and before I had the opportunity to sort of prepare for this podcast,
Yeah.
I didn't realize, or I haven't internalized the fact that I think I have been born. I was born with this gift for style.
Yeah.
Even though I can't always vouch for myself being the most fashionable person in the world when I think of my days of, baggy jeans and oversized tops and going for clothes into my father's wardrobe.
The best.
The best. But I always used to dress in a different way than it was usual for the majority of community.
Yeah.
So I think, and this interview and this reflection
Yeah.
has given me opportunity to reflect on my journey and understand that I actually do have understanding for certain things.
Yeah.
I am not saying I'm the best, but I do have understanding, and I understand that people, when they put clothes on, they want to actually feel good about themselves.
Exactly. And to speak about feelings, Martina, because you said that so well, is that when you put on certain clothes, you want to channel what you're feeling, and that the clothes help you to actually feel a different way. And I think that's your superpower, is that you go into the closets of the singers, right? And you say, look at this treasure. It works with your body type. It works with your skin tone. It brings out your personality. You found so many treasures and gems in other people's closets for them. Can you tell us about that part of your work?
This is exactly how you said it. We do have gems in our wardrobes, and we are not aware of them because we think we need to wear clothes which are now trendy.
Yeah.
And my approach towards that is not necessarily from the trendy point of view.
Exactly.
But for me, it is more important to actually look at the person.
Yeah.
And this is also a process we do with songwriters. I always speak to them about what is your favorite color, what do you do, what type of music you produce,
Yeah.
what clothes do you feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
And then I look at the body, of course, and yes, I believe that no matter what age you are, what body type you are, but you can look good with clothes you have. You just need to learn how to mix and match them together.
Yeah.
So this is actually for me the most fun part of the process.
It's like you're going into a Lego box and you're saying, this piece will work with that piece. Put them together.
It's like putting puzzles together, you know,
Yeah.
and then you have this one missing part, and then you look in all those pieces, puzzle pieces, and there's like, oh yes, this one, and then you put the belt on, then you put different earrings on, then you put a cap or hat or what kind of accessory onto it or to it, and then it's completely different outfit with the clothes you had in, and you never thought of combining them the way that we put them together.
I like you basically almost answered like my next question is like, what would you tell somebody who's struggling to find their personal style?
I don't believe there is something like struggling when it comes to personal style.
Yeah.
I think the struggle comes in that we get overwhelmed with clothes we have in a cupboard, and we look at this number of clothes and we just think, oh my God, I have nothing to wear.
Yeah.
So what my advice is then, guys, like, if you ever get this feeling, just go into your closet, take out all the clothes, spread them out, look at them, and pick those you haven't worn in 2 years. Okay?
Yeah.
If you haven't worn something in 2 years, you are not going to wear it ever again. That's the rule I actually learned observing myself how I do it.
Yeah.
Then put them on one side, those clothes you haven't worn in 2 years, and make a garage sale. You make somebody else happy with them.
Exactly.
You get some bucks for your next fashion shopping, and keep those which you actually always go to when you don't know what to wear.
Yeah.
And then put them nicely into the cupboard, straighten them out, look at them, and go wild. Don't be afraid to literally experiment with your clothes.
Yeah.
Try and put pieces together which you wouldn't have thought of putting together, and then you see, because what we do usually as people, we usually go for certain type of clothes because we feel good about ourselves when we are wearing them.
Yes.
And this is what we want. We don't want to go through anxiety that, oh my God, I don't know if this skirt is not too short, if I'm not showing too much or too little, or if I am not looking like a box.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So, I mean, you know what actually suits you and what makes you happy and what makes you feel good about yourself when you wear it. So
So it represents not only your brand, but your personality.
Exactly.
Because every personality, you know, I dress in different ways for different occasions, obviously. And my stage personality is not the necessarily the way I would dress going for a picnic with my family.
Or to parents meeting.
Or to parents meeting. So for me, it was so important that we bring across, Martina, that we talk about the power and importance of style. And you believe in style, not fashion, because you say style is...
fashion is temporary, style is forever.
And this, my dear audience, is a mantra that I've adopted from Styled by Martina. You should check out all her channels, by the way. And before we come to the end, it's just that there's so much more that we can talk about. But the reality is that you have literally, like we said earlier, elevated the R&B Song Night experience, because before we didn't have a stylist, before 2019.
It was all on you, and you had to do directing of the show and making sure that people look the part.
Yeah.
It was just too much for one person to handle.
So I'm so grateful that you are on our team, that you're part of the nurturers of the Namibian sound, because we want to reiterate to the public out there that it's not just about your singing talent. It's about your punctuality. It's about your brand. It's about your professional behavior. It's about dressing the part, looking the part. Miss J talked about the role of makeup. And we went through so many emotions of, Martina Mashenje talking about capturing the moment. But to capture somebody looking confident begins with looking confident.
Yes, definitely.
So do you have any final words for anybody, just in regards to style?
What I would like actually to put out there is, and it is personally very important to me, there are certain occasions that you have to dress for them specifically.
Yeah.
And it is not only because you want to impress, but especially as the artists who are working for themselves, who are trying to get sponsorships, who are trying to do the most, to put literally bread on a table, is important to understand that you are your brand.
Yeah.
You are your brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
You are your representatives. If you don't have your managers, you represent yourselves. And people, unfortunately, they don't look only on the quality, what is on the inside, because it's difficult to see in the first few minutes of an interview when you are looking for money. They look and they perceive you from what they see. And it is important to be clean, to be well-groomed, to be on time, as Lize already said, and to be able to communicate on a certain level of understanding.
Yeah. Martina, we wish you all the best with all the involvement you are with the Katatura Fashion Week, with Fashion Week, Windhoek, and, just being part of the industry with the Fashion Council of Namibia. I know that there's so much work to be done, and we salute you, and we celebrate 10 years with this vodcast, of course, in collaboration with 99 FM.
Thank you very much, Lize. Thank you for having me. You gave me the opportunity, you gave me the platform to actually do my thing. And thank you, RMB Song Night and 99 FM, for doing this podcast with us and giving us opportunity to actually give some advice to the people out there.
All right, everybody, that was my personal stylist and, of course, also the stylist for RMB Song Night, Styled by Martina. And we're just reflecting on 10 years of nurturing the Namibian sound. Take care until we talk again. Bye. RMB Song Night.